I'm driving home after a day of work. I believe it was Wednesday, and
Mm.
I'm scrolling through the tickety talk at a light, and then I see that Anthony Edwards is in the news, and I'm like, man, what the hell's really going on? Like
Mm-hmm.
this Minnesota Timberwolves guy, like nothing really crazy ever comes out of Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm starting to see a story. He impregnated like a 38-year-old lady,
Mm-hmm.
and she basically trapped his ass and tried to take him to court for child support. She was like, "You need to learn a lesson."
Yeah.
He was like, "Nah, B, like you gonna learn this lesson." And he was like, "Tell me what the child sup is." And the judge said, it's gonna be X amount of money. He was like, "No, no, 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 no.
All of it.
18 years worth. Give me all 18 years up front. We're
Like
gonna
up
knock this
front.
out like ASAP. We
Like
ain't
right now.
financing not a
Mm-mm.
goddamn thing."
Nope.
And that's such a smart move if you can do it, only because bro, there's no going back later and being like, oh well, he needs to have this payment adjusted because
Yeah.
now his income nah, nah.
Nah.
We
Nah.
knocking it out
We knocking it out right now.
right here, right now. So this is the TikTok that I stumbled across. I'll give this lady a shout out when we pull it up. I can't really see who it is. What is that? What does that say, Julio?
um Honestly, it's JIOTR 70.
JIOTR 70. I don't know what that means, but
Yeah, me neither. So
let's roll the clip.
all right, here we go.
Anthony Edwards said, fuck them monthly payments. Give me the total. He basically saying, I'm not finna finance nothing, including them kids. How much is it? You not finna drag me back to court every time you want to increase running up my attorney's fees. How much is all 216 payments? And come to find out, the baby mama is like 38 years old. Anthony is like 23. Girl, you knew exactly what you was doing. But he hit you with that plot twist and was like, I don't want nothing to do with you or that baby. I give you all the money up front. You better budget wisely over the next 18 years. You wanted a check, I'll write you a check, but it's the only one you gonna get.
That's
Ladies,
it.
y'all better quit trying to trap these YNs. They don't
Not
give a
these
damn. They not
YNs.
gonna
Not
beat
the
around the bush with you.
YNs.
They'll just flat out tell you, I don't want that damn baby. Now I do feel bad for that baby though, because the baby ain't did nothing to nobody. But ladies, y'all gotta stop trying to tie these young men down with responsibilities that they don't want, because they not gonna take them. And then you already know she was on some I'm gonna trap his ass type of shit. Because right before she had that baby, she moved to California. Anthony filed his case in Georgia. California has stricter
Mm.
child support laws than Georgia does. She was trying to get
Hey,
more money, but that shit backfired on her ass. Because Anthony said she moved to California for the sole purpose of trying to get more child support. And the judge agreed with him and sent that case back to Georgia. She
gotcha,
tried to
bitch.
manipulate the system, and Anthony said, I can't be manipulated. Girl, just go and take your check and leave that man the hell alone. Baby,
Bruh.
Anthony Edwards out here playing
Bruh.
chess. She out here playing checkers. He playing chess, bro.
He turned around and would hit her with the surprise, motherfucker.
Hey, mate, dog, is that not like one of the coldest ass moves?
Hey, I ain't gonna hate on him. Hell, I wish I could have thought of some shit like that. You
I'm
know what I
not
mean?
mad at that, fam. But
Hell no,
I'm
at
like, okay,
all.
first of all, you knew what it was when you
Yeah.
hooked up with a 23-year-old NBA player. Like, come on
Come
now.
on. Come
You
on.
thought your ass was gonna secure the bag.
Oh, I got his ass now. He done
Wrong.
got me pregnant.
Wrong.
Eh, eh.
Hey,
Sorry.
and she texted him and she was like, "You need to learn a lesson." He was like, "We ain't in school. Like, you ain't gonna teach me about no lessons. Like, hell no." And he pulled the Uno reverse on her ass, and now she's
Hmm.
sitting here with a baby and some checks. Like,
Yeah. I mean, be glad you got some. I mean, I don't even know what the amount was, but I'm pretty sure it was pretty substantial for him to be like, "Hey, judge, let me know what the total amount. All 18 years right now. We're gonna write a check. This is gonna be done. We're gonna be done with this right here, right now, today." She was probably sitting there like, "Huh? What? You mean we ain't got to do this no more?"
yep.
Nope. That's it. We done. After this, I'm done.
Now the bag had to be a little hefty. I
Oh,
ain't
it
even
had to
gonna
be.
lie to you,
Had to be.
but in the grand scheme of things, It's almost, bro. It's disgusting, dog. Like
It is.
you really went through with having this baby, not because you love this man,
For the
and
simple fact that you were looking for a fucking bag. And the bad part is that I'm not going to talk bad about all women because all women ain't like that,
right.
but there's women out here that's their sole purpose. That's all they're looking for. They're just looking for a young athlete, super athlete that they know is making buku kinds of money, and they're like, you know what, I'm gonna do what I got to do to secure this bag. Well, I mean,
And there's a lot of dumb young kids out here
oh
that don't
yeah,
know no better. It's like,
yep.
bro, they tell you all your life, wrap it up, be be precautious, like take precautions,
Mm-hmm.
be responsible. And at 23, bro, you ain't thinking, bro. You just trying to slang that dick, and all of a sudden you end up with a impregnated 38-year-old cougar that thinks she gonna get a
Yeah,
whole new lifestyle off your ass.
that's fun. That's wild, bro.
And then you hit her
Wow.
with that uno
Yeah,
reverse.
you hit her with that. No, we signing a check
Yeah.
today.
Yeah. How much?
How much? Right here. She gonna be sitting there
Got it.
looking at you. You gonna be like, "Gotcha, bitch."
Bro, that's
That's it.
outrageous, dog.
That's
But
crazy. But hey, kudos to Anthony Edwards for real. You a hero in a lot of men's books right now just because you did something like that. You know, none of us, all the rest of us, was too dumb to think of that. We were like, either that or we were just too broke to
we're
think of
poor,
that too.
bro. We that ain't ever gonna be no option. 18 years all at once, bro.
All at once.
I can't
Yeah,
keep up with these car payments right now. I'm
for
struggling to
real.
buy eggs, and you talking about?
for, for real,
I'm like,
bro.
nah, man. Gas too damn high. And you want me
I
to
could
pay
put some on
18
it.
years worth?
I could put some on it though.
Ain't
I'll
gonna
put some
happen,
on.
chief. But yeah, man, kudos to Anthony Edwards. The fact that he did this, but he's still like, hey, you know what? I'm not. He told her to get an abortion,
Yeah,
and she was like, nope, I'm not gonna do it.
I'm gonna have this baby.
He's not foregoing his responsibilities as far as a father goes in the regards of I'm gonna support this child. He didn't want this kid, which is sad to say, right? But he's still taking accountability, like, hey, that's my responsibility, at least
Yeah.
financially, to
Mm-hmm.
make sure that baby is supported and
Facts. Big
doesn't want
facts.
for anything these next 18 years of life.
Yeah.
Now that's gonna suck when that kid's growing up and that kid's like, well, where's my dad? Oh, there's your dad. Well, why is he not around? Oh, well, I tried to trap his ass and
Yeah.
he didn't want
Explain
you.
explain that, please, mama.
That's tough.
Explain that. Yeah. I mean, it sucks for the kid. Um, I agree. I agree with you that they're 100%. Like, no kid should have to deal with that because it's not something that they should have to. I mean, you made those choices. The mom and the dad made those choices, right? And obviously, Anthony Edwards was very clear. It was like, no, you need to have an abortion. I don't want to have a kid right now. Like, I don't need no kids right now. And so, why this lady just decided to be like, nah, fuck that. I'm gonna trap his ass and have this kid, and you're gonna have to deal with me for the next 18 years. And he was like, nope, sorry, that ain't gonna fucking work. Not for
Not
me.
today.
Not today. Let me write this check. How much? All of it? All of it? How much? How much? Okay, bet. Here you go. Have a nice day. Have a nice life. See ya. I didn't want the baby to begin with.
Bro, that's cold as ice right there.
That is cold as ice. So hey, again, kudos to
But
Anthony Edwards. I do
she wanted
feel
to teach his ass a lesson, and he taught her a lesson like, no,
real quick.
no.
No. No.
When you got it like I got it,
Mhm.
I could take care of this. Like
Mhm.
this ain't it. So
Mhm.
I wish nothing but the best for that kid, man, because I know that's gonna be tough. Anthony Edwards, be a little bit more responsible as far as where you're pointing that loaded weapon. And I don't even know what the mom's name was, but
Yeah.
do better.
Do better. Do better.
Get your life right, because just cause he sleeps with you don't mean he loves you. I hate to tell you that.
Nope.
And you learn a terrible lesson the hardest way,
Yep.
and
Facts.
now you're gonna be stuck with this baby. And God forgive me for saying stuck with this baby, but it don't sound like you wanted this kid for no other reason than the check.
Yeah,
So
pretty much. And you got to check.
that's what it is. So
Yeah.